Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are sharing the topic is Light in the Darkness, the Sculptor's Inner Journey. In a secluded village, there lived a young sculptor named Jack, a man whose dreams soared far beyond the small stone workshop he called home. Jack yearned to craft a masterpiece that would leave an imprint on the world. Yet, no matter how many hours he poured into his work, he felt as if some invisible force was holding him back. His creations, while skillful, felt empty, like something essential was missing. One day, his mentor, a wise yet mysterious old man, handed him a rough stone and said, "If you truly want to create greatness, Jack, you must carve this in darkness, 1 hour every night, without a single ray of light to guide you." Confused and skeptical, Jack protested, "How can I create something beautiful if I can't even see what I'm doing?" But the old man only smiled and replied, "The beauty you seek is not in what you can see, it's in what you feel." Reluctantly, Jack accepted the challenge, not yet understanding that this simple stone would become his greatest teacher. The first night, Jack sat in his darkened workshop, his fingers trembling as he touched the stone's rough surface. In the darkness, he felt helpless, stripped of his sight. "How can I possibly create anything this way?" he thought, frustration brewing. He blindly chipped away, feeling foolish and convinced that his mentor's challenge was nothing but a test of endurance. Every night, as the darkness enveloped him, he felt as though he were losing his senses, forced to rely on instincts he'd never trained. But each night, he persisted. Slowly, Jack's fingers began to adapt, becoming more attuned to the stone's tiniest details. Without the distraction of sight, his hands started to notice subtleties he'd never felt before, small curves, fine textures, and hidden flaws within the stone. As he worked, Jack realized that he wasn't just shaping the stone, the darkness was shaping him. His touch grew lighter, his movements more deliberate. With every chip and stroke, he was discovering a new sense of intuition, something beyond sight. He was no longer carving blindly, he was feeling his way to the stone's essence. Night after night, Jack began to look forward to the darkness. This time spent with only his hands, heart, and stone began to feel sacred. As he chiseled, he found his thoughts growing clearer, his sense of purpose sharper. He started questioning the fears and doubts that had always plagued him, realizing they were no more real than the shadows around him. In this strange, sightless space, Jack felt the emergence of an inner light, a calm confidence that began to illuminate his work. He wondered if his mentor had known all along that darkness was the only way he could learn to trust his inner vision. After months of nightly carving, his mentor finally told Jack he could bring his work into the light. Jack's heart raced as he carried the stone to a window, sunlight flooding over his creation. His breath caught in his throat. Before him was a sculpture unlike anything he'd ever created. It was raw yet refined, powerful yet delicate, a true reflection of himself. Something that could never have been born from mere sight. Jack stood in awe, realizing that this masterpiece had emerged not because of what he saw, but because of what he'd learned to feel and believe in the darkness. 5 key insights from Jack's journey. True light shines from within. Even when the world outside is dark, what we need to succeed is already within us, it's just waiting to be discovered. Only in darkness do we find the truest parts of ourselves. Inner strength can create outer wonders if only we trust in it to shape a meaningful life. We must go beyond what we see and embrace what we feel. Through the discipline of working in darkness, Jack found a path to inner mastery, realizing that the power he sought was within him all along. His journey wasn't just about sculpting stone, it was about sculpting his own character and discovering his true potential. His story teaches us that when we let go of our reliance on what we can see and embrace the gway dance of our inner light, we create not just works of art, but lives filled with purpose and depth.